Have you ever felt like you are working incredibly hard, but going absolutely nowhere? You set massive goals, you try to rely on willpower, and you tell yourself that this time will be different, only to find yourself back at the starting line a few weeks later. It is frustrating, and it feels like a failure. But what if the problem isn't you? What if the problem is simply your strategy? Imagine if the secret to changing your life wasn't about making a massive leap, but about doing something so small it seems almost insignificant. Today, we are going to explore a method that turns tiny, effortless actions into life-changing results. Introduction. Hello everyone, and welcome. I am so glad you are here. Today, we are going to dive deep into one of the most transformative books ever written on human psychology and self-improvement, Atomic Habits by James Clear. This isn't just a book review. This is a guide on how to restructure your life, step by step. We are going to learn English concepts while simultaneously learning how to master our own behaviors. The core message we are going to explore is deceptively simple. Small changes create big results. We often think that to achieve something huge, like becoming fluent in English, getting in perfect shape, or saving a fortune, we need to take huge actions. But James Clear argues the opposite. It is not about doing more, it's about doing better, little by little. So, get comfortable, clear your mind, and let's break down the science of habit formation. The power of tiny changes. Let's start with the first major concept, the power of tiny changes. The word atomic has two meanings here. First, it refers to something tiny, like an atom, the smallest unit of matter. But secondly, it refers to something that holds immense power and energy. There's a story about a man who wanted to get healthy. Now, most people would sign up for a gym, run for an hour, burn out in 3 days, and quit. This man did something different. He started by walking for just 5 minutes. That's it, 5 minutes. It seems too small to matter, right? But he did it every single day. He didn't stop. Those 5 minutes turned into 10. 10 turned into 20. After a few months, he was walking for an hour. He lost the weight, he gained energy, and he reclaimed his life. This brings us to a mathematical truth that James Clear highlights. If you improve by just 1% every single day, by the end of 1 year, you will be 37 times better. Think about that. Just 1%. It's barely noticeable in the moment. To understand this better, let's look at a popular topic online, the power of tiny gains. Imagine a pilot flying a plane from Los Angeles to New York. If that pilot adjusts the nose of the plane by just a few degrees, a tiny shift that no passenger would even feel, the plane doesn't land in New York. It lands in Washington, D.C., hundreds of miles away. A tiny change in direction over a long period of time leads to a completely different destination. Your habits are exactly the same. One new English word a day seems useless, but over a year, that is 365 words. That is a completely new level of understanding. Small things are not just important, they are the building blocks of everything huge in your life. Now, let's move to a concept that completely shifts how we view success. This is about how habits shape your identity. Identity is simply how you see yourself. Most of us try to change our habits by setting goals. We say, I want to lose 10 kilos, or I want to speak fluent English. This focuses on the result, but James Clear says this is the wrong place to start. If you want real change, you must focus on who you become, not what you get. Let's look at two people refusing a cigarette. The first person says, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. This sounds good, but it implies they still see themselves as a smoker who is struggling to stop. The second person says, no thanks, I am not a smoker. Do you feel the power in that shift? The second person has changed their identity. They aren't trying to do something, they're simply acting according to who they are. This applies directly to you. If you keep telling yourself, I am bad at English, your brain will believe you. You will feel shy and afraid to speak. But if you start saying, I am a learner, or I am the kind of person who practices every day, your behavior changes. You don't study to get good. You study because that is who you are. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. When you read a page, you cast a vote for being a reader. When you practice pronunciation, you cast a vote for being a speaker. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to cast enough votes to win the election of your identity. The habit loop. To control our habits, we must understand how they work mechanically. James Clear explains that every habit, good or bad, follows a 4-step pattern. This is often discussed in videos titled Atomic Habits Summary, but let's break it down simply here. These 4 steps are cue, craving, response, and reward. First is the cue. This is the signal. It's the green light. It could be a smell, a sound, a time of day, or a specific location. For example, you walk into the kitchen and see a plate of cookies. Seeing the cookies is the cue. Second is the craving. This is the desire. You don't want the cookie just to chew on it. You want the sugary taste and the good feeling it gives you. The craving is the motivation to act. Third is the response. This is the action itself. You pick up the cookie and eat it. Fourth is the reward. This is the satisfaction. Your brain receives a hit of pleasure and says, "That was great. Let's do that again next time." This loop happens automatically. Your phone buzzes, cue, you want to know who it is, craving, you pick it up, response, you feel connected. Once you understand this loop, you can hack it. You can design your life to make good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. The first law, make it obvious. This brings us to the first law of behavior change. Make it obvious. This is all about the cue. Our brains are efficient, which is a nice way of saying they're lazy. We react to what is right in front of us. If you want to build a good habit, you cannot hide it. You must put it where you can see it. This is called environment design. If you want to drink more water, don't hide the water bottle in the cupboard. Place it full right on your desk. If you want to learn English, don't leave your textbook in your backpack. Leave it open on your table with a pen next to it. When the visual cue is obvious, you don't need willpower. You just react to your environment. There's also a brilliant technique called habit stacking. This is a formula. After current habit, I will, new habit. You already have habits you do without thinking, like brushing your teeth or making coffee. You can use these as anchors. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, I will read 1 page of English. Or, after I sit down at my desk, I will write 1 sentence. You are building a bridge between the old habit and the new one. You aren't relying on motivation, you are relying on a routine you already have.
The second law, make it attractive. This focuses on the craving. We repeat things that feel good. We avoid things that feel boring or painful. The chemical in your brain responsible for this is dopamine. When you anticipate something good, your dopamine spikes and you feel motivated. So how do we use this for hard things? We use temptation bundling. This means you pair an action you need to do with an action you want to do. Let's say you love listening to music or podcasts, but you need to exercise. You make a rule. I only listen to my favorite show while I am exercising. Suddenly, the exercise becomes attractive because it is linked to the reward of the show. If you're learning English, watch movies you love in English. Listen to songs you enjoy. Don't force yourself to read boring grammar books if they make you miserable. Find content that excites you. When the process is attractive, you won't have to force yourself to do it. You will actually look forward to it. The third law, make it easy. This is perhaps the most important law for beginners. The third law is make it easy. This deals with the response. There is a big difference between motion and action. Motion is planning. It is researching which gym is best or looking up the best English books. Motion feels like progress, but it isn't. Action is doing the push-up. Action is speaking the sentence. We often delay action because we try to do too much too soon. We wait until we are ready, but you will never feel fully ready. James Clear introduces the 2-minute rule. It states, when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read 30 pages? No. Read 1 page. Run 3 miles? No. Put on your running shoes. Study for an hour? No. Open your notes. You might think, but reading 1 page won't make me smart. That's not the point. The point is to master the art of showing up. You cannot improve a habit that doesn't exist. You have to establish the habit first before you can optimize it. Make the first step so easy that you cannot say no. Even on your worst, most tired day, you can do 2 minutes. And once you start, you will often find that you keep going naturally. The hardest part is always the beginning. The 4th law, make it satisfying. Finally, we have the 4th law, make it satisfying. This addresses the reward. The previous 3 laws increase the odds that you will do the habit this time. The 4th law increases the odds that you will repeat it next time. The human brain prioritizes immediate rewards over delayed rewards. We eat the cake because the sugar tastes good now, even if it makes us gain weight later. We skip studying because relaxing feels good now, even if we fail the test later. To stick with good habits, you need to feel a little bit of immediate success. This is why tracking your habits is so powerful. Mark an X on a calendar every day you practice English. Seeing that chain of X's grow is satisfying. It makes you feel proud. That feeling of pride is your immediate reward. However, we are human. We will make mistakes. We will miss a day. James Clear has a golden rule for this. Never miss twice. If you miss 1 day of exercise, that's fine, it happens, but do not miss the 2nd day. If you miss twice, you are starting a new habit of missing. 1 mistake is an accident. 2 mistakes is the beginning of a new pattern. Be kind to yourself. Don't punish yourself if you slip up. Just get back on track immediately. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be consistent. It's not about having a perfect streak. It's about being the kind of person who doesn't quit. Breaking bad habits. We have talked about building good habits, but what about breaking bad ones? It's simple. You just invert the 4 laws we just discussed. Make it invisible. If you eat too much junk food, stop buying it. If you spend too much time on your phone, leave it in another room. Out of sight, out of mind. Make it unattractive. Think about the negative consequences. Remind yourself why you want to change. Make it difficult. Increase the friction. If you watch too much TV, unplug the TV after every use. Remove the batteries from the remote. Make yourself work to do the bad habit. Make it unsatisfying. Get an accountability partner. If you fail to do your habit, you have to pay them money or do something embarrassing. Make the cost of the bad habit painful. Conclusion. We have covered a lot of ground today. We learned that true change comes from small atomic actions, not massive leaps. We learned that we must change our identity, not just our goals. We explored the 4 laws: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Your environment matters more than your motivation. Your systems matter more than your goals. And most importantly, showing up for just 2 minutes is better than not showing up at all. I want to challenge you today. Choose 1 tiny habit, just 1. Maybe it's writing 1 sentence in English or drinking 1 glass of water when you wake up. Do it today, then do it tomorrow. Don't worry about the result. Just focus on becoming the person who shows up. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through Atomic Habits. I'm truly proud of you for investing this time in yourself. Learning and growing is a lifelong process, and you are doing great. If you found this video helpful and want to continue improving yourself and your English, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, English Glow. I have so many more insights to share with you. Keep glowing, keep learning, and I will see you in the next video.